I'm going to continue my series of documenting my family recipes for my kids and grandkids. And tonight's dinner, hamburger steak, or Salisbury steak as some people call it, but I don't mix in any breadcrumbs. Start with some olive oil in the pan and patty up your burger meat. You're looking for hamburger-sized patties, but don't press them too hard. They do not need to be firmly packed. Make sure you pepper and salt thoroughly on both sides. What's great about this recipe is you can make as many or as little as you'd like. Tonight I'm going to make 7, but since 3 to 4 fit in the pan, I'm going to do it in 2 batches. Now you see I'm seasoning it again when I flip it over, so make sure both sides have salt and pepper. I want to pair it with mashed potatoes, but I don't want to take the time to boil the potatoes and mash them, so I'm going to cheat. And I'm going to use this Bob Evans mashed potato. It's made with real mashed potatoes. I rarely use instant. I just mix in a little bit of milk and then the mashed potatoes straight from the fridge, and that helps warm it thoroughly in the pot. Now I'm going to go back in with the second round of burgers, this time 4. Again, I want to season both sides with pepper and salt. As the burgers finish, you're just going to pull them out, set them aside on a separate plate to cool, and we're just going to continue cooking. So as a side, I'm going to do asparagus. You always want to make sure you cut off the woody ends. They're very tough and not edible. Once you trim all your asparagus, put it in a skillet with olive oil, and I like to use this Badia Complete seasoning. It has a little bit of everything: garlic, onion powder, salt, paprika, and seasonings. Once all of the burgers are done, set them aside, put 1 chopped yellow onion, this is a sweet onion, and right into the juices, everything that's already in the pan. That's all the flavor. And we're just going to saute those onions until they get semi-translucent, so a little softer. And this is going to take a few minutes to get it to that phase. Now once it's midway cooked, we're going to go ahead and add an entire package of sliced white mushrooms. It's going to look like a lot, but mushrooms shrink a lot as they cook. When I plan meals for my family, I genuinely try to think of a vegetable, how I can sneak in other additional vegetables, and protein and the nutritional content of the meal. Now you see I'm just adding a couple splashes of Worcestershire sauce into the mix and 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. That's going to help thicken my gravy. And to that, my secret ingredient, the beef base from Better Than Bouillon, 1 heaping tablespoonful. And I'm going to stir all of this together, combining it with the oils and fats from the burgers that are already in the pan, and that's going to basically turn into a roux to thicken my gravy. Once I don't see any white flour left, I'm going to add 2 cups of water, and I want to stir this around until it is thoroughly incorporated. There's no more chunks of powder or of the base mix that I can see. All the while, I'm getting the extra bits off of the spoon that I used to scoop the beef base out with. Now I'm going to go ahead and add back in all of my burgers, or hamburger steaks, if you will. And this is over medium heat, and we're just going to put all the juices that are on that plate back in as well. That's all the flavor. And over medium heat, it's going to come together. That gravy is going to thicken. The burgers are fully cooked. Look at that. Yum. And it's done. Very simple meal. Mashed potatoes, hamburger steak with mushrooms and onions. Let's get some of that gravy. Yes, extra mushrooms for me. I love mushrooms. And the asparagus that's seasoned well, and biscuits. Let me know if you'd like a tutorial on how to make my homemade biscuits as well. From my kitchen to yours, happy cooking.